So no sneak peek on the property today because we've got a very unusual property here for the Charlotte metro area, and that's exactly where we're gonna start. I'm coming from the highly popular Matthews, North Carolina, one of the locals' favorites with all its amenities, shops, location to Charlotte. We're in a busy neighborhood, a lot of construction going on today, but there's only 31 homes here and every single one has very unique floor plans, styles to them, and elevation. Now today, we're gonna be touring this absolutely gorgeous floor plan. One of my favorites with the elevation on these bricks, but just look at some of the different styles you can get in and around this community. With its small size, what they really killed it at is leaving these mature trees, because everywhere you look, there's 40, 50-foot trees that just offer privacy for this really exclusive neighborhood. And its location, again, in Matthews, is probably one of the reasons why people love coming here and choosing here with its location to Charlotte. We've got workers out over here working not very hard, but we're gonna work hard for you because I'm gonna do what I do every single week. We got the keys to the kingdom and we're going in here right now. All right, let's get this rolling. I'm gonna start with this elevation just because look at how gorgeous this is. You've got the brick on the exterior with a contrast to the hardy board siding. That's the dark iron ore color that you can see, very, very popular right over here. So you've got that nice traditional look on the exterior. Really love it. Now, again, we are on a corner lot on this one, so there is multiple different lot options available. Right over here, some of the houses that they're building up right now, you can still build from the ground up, choose your floor plans. We'll talk more a little bit about that here in a little bit. Love the black garage doors. You got the double garage doors, so each one opens individual. A nice personal preference, favorite of mine. We do have a nice grand entranceway and a huge 8-foot front door coming in. No front porch on this one, again, because we've got more of that traditional style. But we're gonna do something just a little bit different than where we normally do. We are gonna start this tour down in the basement. When you come into this entranceway, you're immediately gonna see these high ceilings. You're gonna see this oversized width on the hallway that just makes it look really inviting. You're gonna have some really nice finishes on here. We're gonna go ahead and go in the primary living room and kitchen here in a little bit, but I'm gonna take advantage of this basement because here in the South, we don't have a ton of basement lots available. So anytime there's one here, I'm gonna just jump into it. But some of the custom work that you're gonna see here, you've got the board and batten chair rail. You've got some really nice LVP flooring in here. I'm seeing this style a lot, guys. It's more of a natural oak finish. Of course, palettes is a different color options you can choose from. So in the design studio center with this builder, you can go ahead and customize it. But these colors and styles work well. On the left-hand side, as soon as you come in, you've got the basement, which I really like about this because when you go into most floor plans these days, you're gonna see either a home office on one side and maybe a formal dining room or vice versa. This one kind of changes the rules of the games and I like it. Really tall windows when you come in and you're coming down this nice, it's really inviting. It doesn't seem like it's going anywhere gloomy because it is of course a walkout basement, but you've got some features down here that are just gonna wow you away. You've got a second living room down here, all set up with a dining area, and you do have a small little wet bar. You've got a wine fridge over here, but I just love how they designed this and just tucked it out of the way. You do have a couple of rooms down here that I want to show you that's kind of a surprise. But first, just check out this area. So if you do a lot of entertaining, maybe you've got teenage kids, maybe you have in-laws that come and stay with you for extended periods of time, this can be considered not just a regular basement, but you're also going to use this as a second living space because you pretty much got everything down here, as you can see. Really nice wine fridge. Love these counters, cabinets. I mean, they look absolutely fantastic. And those floating shelves with the light fixture up there really gives it a little pop. Really, really like that. But how they've set this up, I think it's one of the highest and best uses for this space. You've got a TV mounted on the wall. You've got some furniture down here, and you've got access to the backyard is down here as well. Nice windows, love these doors that they have. And of course, my favorite area is always the outdoor living area. So let's go and check it out before we go in any further. Beautiful Carolina summer day here. You got the blue sky, the grass is green. You got private lots over here, and you've got 1/4 of an acre. That's right, you sit on 1/4 of an acre out here. So some really nice finishes. We've already pointed out the siding on here, but you got that hardy board continuation. You've got that dark, I believe this color is called iron ore, but I like it. It's very popular these days, and it really does put a lot of emphasis on the styling. And this is kind of your look from your backyard. You can just see how quiet these streets are. We do have construction going on around us. As you can see, the neighbors' houses are kind of different stages on here, but this is just such a nice look. Look at the second level. We're gonna get there in a second here as well. But just look how this house looks. Just very grand down here. Really like how they've done this. Now, if you're not familiar with the South and how it works with basements, a lot of people that reach out to me are coming from out of states and they anticipate that a basement is just kind of the norm. Well, it's not. We have what's called red clay soil here in the South, and it is shifting and it does porous. So any basement has to fit the lot itself with the typography, because every basement's going to be a walkout basement. So if you're ever wondering why houses down here don't have it, that is the reason. But just look at how much space you've got down here. And right over here, this is just some storage. Now, when I first came in, I wasn't sure why they used this area, was added on. But I think it's just the style of the house. You've got access to your utilities in that far door. Not gonna go down there, and there's extra storage on the right-hand side. So you've just got more space down here, which works really well. Again, if you're gonna use this for a second living area, you've got all that at your fingertips. Now, we do have a couple of rooms down here that I wanna show you, and this is what this makes such a good second living area if you want to use this, because we do have a full bedroom down here. 2 windows, you've got the transient lighting, so you have that privacy on the side of your neighbors, and you have a built-in closet on there. Not a huge closet, and this is not a huge room. This is probably, I'm guesstimating now, 10 by 12, so it's not a huge space, but plenty big enough if you just want to put a bed, maybe a couple pieces of furniture. But again, if it's for a teenage room or you're actually going to use it for a bedroom, you've got that living space literally right on your doorstep. But this area down here has a full bathroom. We're going to transition now from this LVP, and you're now going to go ahead and transition to a nice tile floor, and it's got some really attractive veins running through this. You've got the commode, you've got a different color cabinets, same countertops, and you do have a shower. Now, this shower I do love because it's tiled all the way to the ceiling. Do like that. You've got custom cut glass, and you've got a nice tile flooring in here. Again, with this builder, you can go ahead and pick out all your different colors, palettes, designs. But this bathroom is just right off the living space. So such a nice little area over here. Could definitely see this as the movie room. A lot of different options. If you wanted a designated area for an office, this would make an absolute killer home office down here. You'd have so much space. If you wanted more of it as a game room, so you could kind of use it as a multi-function area, you could use it as a second living room. You could maybe have a table tennis down here, some ping pong action, some foosball, some pool tables. Really good space for all of this. And one thing that I will say that often is overlooked, but it's an important feature. Because it's got different AC units down here, you do have your own thermostat, so you can have your own climate down here. So if you don't use this space on a daily, you can turn this up or down depending on the season. So it's just not just getting cool or getting too warm in the seasonalities of it. So it's a good spot to do this. Now, right up here, you've got a straight shot back onto the main level. And you've got these nice windows. It kind of shows it better coming up the stairs than down the stairs. because you don't have that dingy, gloomy feel around here. But back on this entranceway, here's the front door. Looks like we got some FedEx deliveries going on. This is one of the models' houses that is staged, but here's this nice wide hallway. Really nice tall ceilings here. So you've got 10-foot ceilings in this product, and they do sit on 50-foot lots. And guys, that's just the width of the actual lot that the house sits on. So you do have some privacy before you get to your neighbors. Now, a quick sneak peek here of the living room and the kitchen, which are of course high-end finishes in here. But we'll take a quick pit stop. Before we get here, we've got the stairwell for level number 2. I guess it will be 3 since it's a basement. And then we've got the entranceway to the garage, which is probably every day. I'm gonna go in here so you can kind of see it, because we do have a tankless water here. So you've got some nice features in this. You do have windows. You do have 2 garage doors, which I personally really like. Lots of space. You've got a nice little storage area that's being used over here. And then of course that tankless water here, and your electrics are out here. So you've got huge, I'm guessing that these are at 11 or 12 feet high ceilings on the garage. So really nice if you wanted to put out some storage. And when you come in, this is kind of your view. You're gonna have a nice mud room here. So you've got a drop zone that's built in. Same colors of the exterior of the house, which does add a little texture to it, but not a huge drop zone, but 3 hooks and hangers, plenty for the kids to kick off their shoes and hang their backpacks. And now you have this half bathroom. So a really good little space here. Just a commode, nothing too exciting in here. You've got the same cabinets I noticed as downstairs in the basement. So it's a good use there. And then here we go. Here is the living room, dining area with a gorgeous light fixture and a killer kitchen. Let's just start right here in the living room. So nothing too exciting. The only thing I really can say that I like about this is you got a couple windows here. It looks good if you put the TV mounted on the wall, and you've got a wall of windows all on the back side here. So there's just so much natural light coming into this place. But the actual living room itself, the highest and best use is what they've done. A couple pieces of furniture, maybe a section if you wanted to mix it up a little bit, but not too much going on this. One thing that's kind of different about this floor plan though that I noticed, if you are hanging out in the living room, you can kind of see a straight shot all the way to the front door. So depending on your preferences here and how you can lay this out, personally, I would like a little bit more privacy so I couldn't see the front door from if I was sitting down here watching the latest episode of Bosch and then watching TV and somebody could see me, but that's just me. But if you did this as a more of a seating area, because maybe you don't need this space, you could watch TV and that stuff downstairs in the basement. So you've got a couple different options, but just wanted to give you my 2 cents there. Nice size though, can't complain about that. And then we've got the dining area. Pretty standard here as well. You got a nice table here. It's got, what is that, 6-seater. Love that light fixture though. Looks really nice. Nice little 6-seater. Plenty of space either side. So you could do the old classic bigger round table. Maybe you could do a longer table. Or you can even have an option here to put a leaf in here so you can just expand it as needed. No formal dining room on this. So make sure you're aware of that. This floor plan does not offer that. But this builder, and we're going to talk about the builder here in a little bit, does have 6 different floor plans available. They can build this house without a basement, and there's 5 additional other floor plans, so lots of options. Now I'm going to get my sunglasses out because we're going outside before we go into the kitchen. We have a beautiful deck. Now all of the floor plans do have outdoor living space. So whether if you're on a slab, crawl space, if you have a deck out here, they all include that. So there's lots of different options. This is really nice out here. One thing I do like about these decks when they're raised, if you are not from the South, that when you are raised a little bit from the ground, you do have less bugs getting you, which is always nice. But I would personally love to see this screened in. A really nice feature that they do, but they've got a power outlet here. So if you did want to put a TV there, really nice, but nice area out here, especially if it's straight off, because you could be doing some entertaining, your friends, family could be coming out. You could really use this space. Let me put my sunglasses away. Could really optimize this space by leaving this open and just sliding it on. You have people out there as well. Good spot. All right, let me go ahead and close this door and let's check out the kitchen. Now, before we get to the kitchen, I want to ask a question. Let me know what you think about this kitchen, because some of the styling is a little bit different from what I'm seeing out. And I'm also going to go ahead and give you a pre-warning on the primary owner suite bathroom. Something I'm starting to see now in multiple different builders. It's really getting popular, putting up some steam here in the Carolinas. I personally love it. So stick around and make sure you see that primary owner suite bathroom. So let me go ahead and switch this camera around so you can see. So we've got some really nice features. The thing that struck me right out the gate is just how big this kitchen island is. It's huge. You've got 4 bar stools there. It's got the overhang, it's got the quartz countertop, the deep stainless steel sink in there. So you've got lots of space just to do your everyday eating, breakfast, sitting down, enjoying a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Nice pendulum lightings up here. Really like how they do that. And then you've got that one. I like that one too. So they've done a really good design picking out some of the features on this. This area is kind of narrow. Maybe because I'm just thinking there's plenty of space to walk through it, but just when you open the fridge, it might cause a little congestion if you have little ones running around. But I love these cabinets. You got the traditional, well, not traditional, but you've got the subway tile, very popular backsplash on here. You've got your microwave built in down over here. You've got your hood over your gas burner, KitchenAid, stainless steel there as well. And these subway tiles, they're not normal, I should say. They do have some texture on there, but like these floating shelving on either side of the hood really brings it together. You do have the same color cabinets on the kitchen island than you do on the remaining cabinets throughout the kitchen. A lot of times now we're seeing different colors, but they've opted to do the same color, but you will have that choice. But again, just look how much windows are on here. There's just so much natural light coming in here. It's just windows all the way around. A lot of kitchen cabinet space. So if that's high on your priority, and I think that's gonna be a Lazy Susan. We all love Lazy Susans. It's not a Lazy Susan, it's just a core cut out. But you've got lots of space here, really nice. And this is gonna be kind of your viewpoint. This is gonna be your shot that you can see throughout the first floor. So you can pretty much see the whole house down here. And you've also got some visibility to the deck as well. And then last but not least, we got the pantry, decent size. My only pet peeve is shelving. It's not the wood that I prefer. You've got the wire shelving, which I don't like those rack systems personally. But it's nice to see a light fixture in the pantry versus just a regular can light. So that's really nice. So before we jump upstairs and see this absolutely killer primary owner suite bathroom, I want to ask one thing. If you are thinking about making a move here to the Charlotte area, and that does include the South Carolina suburbs, pause this video and write my contact information below. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I get calls all the time, guys, from people like you that are making a move to the Charlotte area. I am never too busy for you, and I absolutely love it. In fact, it's the whole reason why we do this channel. And speaking of the channel, we are officially now the fastest growing YouTube real estate channel that focuses on Charlotte. And that's a big thank you for all the people that do reach out to me and we help them find homes. So thank you guys. Now, if you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe, hit that bell notification, and go ahead and give this video good old fashioned 2 thumbs up. I would appreciate it. We put out new content every single week, at Sunday at 4 o'clock Eastern. So if you want to see more communities, builders in all different sides of town here in the Charlotte area, you are in the right place. Now we're going to go ahead and see that second level, and then we're going to talk about who's building this product and how much do they cost. So let's go. You got this stairwell right off the hallway again. So we've got same kind of features. I didn't notice this until when I first came up here just right now, but you've got the same windows upstairs than you do downstairs when you're coming up from the basement. It just gives it quite a nice, open, airy feel to it. You've got the treads the same on the stairwell, and then you've got a continuation on the LVP flooring, which is also nice. And then when you come up, just like every normal house, I guess, here in the South, you're gonna have either a loft or a bonus room. And we have a loft area, nice, giant, wide open space. You got the primary owner suite right over there, a little sneak peek to where we're going here in a minute. And then you've got the remaining bedrooms and laundry rooms on that side. So you've got a really big space up here. Now, when I first came up here, and guys, let me know what you think on this, because when I see a loft or a bonus room, I have a vision in my head when I immediately see it. Okay, this would be a good fill in the blanks. You know, this is going to be a good space for a home theater if you want to go ahead and do a second living room. This is a little bit different because even though it's a loft and we've got good size up here, it doesn't really feel like a loft. It's almost like, kind of feels like just an overextended hallway, because there's one thing that you couldn't really do here is, yes, you could put a TV, but it wouldn't really make for a home theater room because it's just too open. You've got an entranceway for the bedrooms, the primary owner suite over here. So even though it's a big space and you could do that second living area, should I say, it doesn't really scream it to me. This was kind of the highest and best use, in my opinion, more of a sitting area up here. And then I thought that as kind of a knock against this floor plan. And then I was like, Dean, what are you talking about? This place has a bonus room, a basement with that option to do a full movie room down there if you wanted to do that. So this is kind of more of an added space. On this floor plan, if you are looking for a loft area, if that's real important to you and you didn't have a lot that you could build a basement on, you might want to consider another floor plan if it was important to you, you wanted to do that movie room. But again, with the basement option, it's almost like a non-issue, but definitely wanted to kind of bring that to your attention. But just my opinion, let me know what you think. Right off this loft area, you do have a nice little closet area. Over here, it's kind of a linen closet, nothing too special in there. I like the carpentry around here though, so you've got that nice wood finishes, always good. Square cut baseboards, nice. We'll go in the primary owner suite. And here is something that I personally love in these bedrooms. Jack and Jill, so you've got bedroom number, we're gonna call that one number 2, and that one's gonna be number 3. So we've got 2 and 3. Remember, we've got a bedroom downstairs. So this, you've got these ginormous windows, almost from ceiling to the floor on this. So you've got a lot of natural light coming in. Decent sized room. Nice light fixture in here. Definitely could get a huge bed if you wanted to go for a full size, king size, queen. You have options here. Probably wouldn't be big enough to support a California king. So it's not a true primary or second primary, but it's definitely gonna be big enough for pretty much everything else. And then you do have a nice walk-in closet. It's very big. It's just got the wire shelvings though, unfortunately, and a recessed lighting. And right off here, you're gonna have a transition. So now you're gonna go to the Jack and the Jill. So in here, you've got these nice hexagon tile flooring. You've got a different white shaky cabinets. You've got a dark textured quartz, which I personally love. And you've got the faucets that are stainless steel. So good look all around. Not a huge space, but obviously as you can see, you've got double vanity. So very important. And then here is the bathtub shower combo, transient window, tiled all the way to the ceiling. You do have a commode in here, and you got the good old fashioned pocket doors. They just never go out of style, guys. They always look good. So you've got that in here. So if you do have 2 kids, and they're going to be sharing this. This is a nice feature, so they don't hog the whole bathroom up. There is a separate entrance where you can still use the sink, etc. Now we're going to transition again. So the whole house is pretty much this LVP 8-inch planks. This bedroom is definitely a little bit smaller, so hence that's why I called this one bedroom number 3. It's going to be, I'm going to say 10 by 12. You do have 2 windows on this, so you do have the natural light. So it's nice, same fixtures as far as the fans and everything on this goes. So decent sized bedroom. You could probably put a queen in here. I probably wouldn't go anything bigger than a queen. It would just take up too much space. But again, you've got that loft and the basement. The closet, exactly the same as the last one. It's decent size, wire hangers unfortunately in there though. And then you do have the bedrooms that are connected here coming back out to the loft. And then you have the worst room in any house, which is the laundry room. And just to prove my point, we got a couple of bulbs missing. Nice light fixture, but we need a couple of bulbs in there, guys. Washer dryer hookups. You do have a sink in here, so I got to give it some credit. Nice, they've actually comboed this, so it's the same cabinet colors as the kitchen, not the bathrooms, but they've used the quartz countertop that was in the Jack and Jill bathroom, so it's pretty good, can't complain. All right, let's go ahead now into the primary owner suite bedroom. Looks like they forgot to bring the mattress. Looks like the staging company forgot to bring the mattress, but we'll look past that, not a big deal. We got 3 windows on the side, 2 on either side. The mattressless bed is probably a king size. Yeah, it looks like a king size bed on this one. But yeah, good size, really good size room. Couple of features that it is missing though. I prefer tray ceilings in the bedrooms, especially the primary. This is just your standard 8 feet ceilings up here, so doesn't feel quite as big as when we were walking downstairs in the basement, and of course on the primary, on the main level. And then here we go into this bathroom. So, but let me know what you think to this bathroom, because I'm seeing this style pop up by many builders right now. So go ahead and drop a comment below, give it a like, thumbs up. When we're transitioning in here, we're going back to a tile. It's a different tile, huge slate tiles. And here is what I'm referring to. So we have it looks like a giant shower that has a bathtub in it as well as the shower. Let's go ahead and go in here and unpack it a little bit more. So this is kind of like the perfect storm for everybody that loves baths and showers. So it's enclosed in this area. You got the transient window up here, so lots of privacy. You could be hanging out in a bathtub, candle going, maybe a glass of wine, and it's a double shower. So you do have 2 shower heads in here. So it's huge. And of course, you've got the custom cutout for the shampoo and conditioners, etc. in here. No bench, but I don't think it really needs it, to be honest. But this is an absolutely ginormous area. This is probably 8 feet by around 6 feet. So it's a huge space. You do have the step coming in, nice area. And I almost forgot to even turn around so you can see the vanities. You've got the double vanities, different countertops and cabinets on here, which I like. I love this kind of wood look on here. Nice cabinets, really nice black with the black faucets, make it pop. Nice light fixtures up here and mirrors. You got the good old-fashioned commode down there with a window. And then last but not least, let us check out, before we go ahead and talk about pricing, this is an absolutely huge primary owner suite closet. Transient window, wire shelving. You got pretty much everything in here, and it switches back again now to the LVP flooring. So it feels very consistent the way that this is all designed. One more quick peek at this area. Let me know what you think about this. I really like this. Seeing it pop up all over the place now, it is becoming almost like the new norm in this certain price point. And right on cue, how much does this cost? So the community is Matthews Ridge Reserves. The builder is Kinga Homes. There's only 31 home sites that are going to be built in this community. So it's a very small, kind of tight knit. It's right in the middle of Matthews. You're like 2 minutes away from downtown Matthews. You're a 5-minute drive from Highway 485. So you have everything that downtown Matthews has to offer. You're just minutes away from Costco, Sam Clubs, and multiple different shopping and restaurant options right here. So unless you need to go to Charlotte, you don't necessarily need to go there. You have everything here, if that makes sense. Now, one of the big draws to Matthews is obviously it's inside the 485 Beltway, but you don't pay taxes to Mecklenburg County, which is Charlotte. You actually pay them to the town of Matthews. So there is a savings as well on their tax. So this is why it's very popular. According to niche.com, there's some really good school districts in here. Now, as far as this house, this floor plan, like I say, there's 6 different floor plans available to be built. This floor plan is 2,600 square feet without the basement. If you include the basement like we are showing today, it's almost 4,000, it's like 3,800. So it does boost it up from a 3-bedroom to a 4-bedroom with, of course, that extra downstairs livable living room. So there is lots of different options that you can get here. Now, as far as price points, the ones with the basements, they're gonna be in the low 800s. This particular one is priced at $839. So as you can see, for almost a 4,000 square feet, it's gonna put it right around $220 a square foot, which is an absolutely incredible value in today's market. So guys, I hope this video brought value to you. Are you interested in a community like this? Just reach out to me. I can help you find something here in the Metro Charlotte area. And again, it doesn't have to be Charlotte. We can also work in the South Carolina suburbs. We get calls, text messages, and emails all the time. So guys, don't be a stranger, don't be shy. I do not buy. I would love to be your agent of choice and help you find your next home right here in Charlotte. And until the next video, I'll see you around town, and God bless.